All right, hockey fans, it is Sunday morning time for church, and here we are at the Ice Cathedral, if you will. In our game here from the Utica University Nexus Center, the visiting team wearing the blue-on-blue sweaters, the New York Saints, traveling here all the way from Ramapo, New York, versus your home team in the white sweaters, the Utica Junior Comets. Comets having several scratches. You'll see it looks like we got 4 or 5 players on the bench. I know we've got 2 out with knee injuries or pains. Still yet to be evaluated from both knee-on-knee contacts yesterday. We've got 1 out with a sore thumb, potentially sprained thumb from a ill-advised puck. So a little short today for the Utica Junior Comets, and we'll see how that may fare. This is the 43rd game played for the Utica Junior Comets, and there are 3 players that have played in all 3 games. Number 8, James Law. See him there at the top of the slot. Has been in every single Utica Junior Comet game. Number 19, Rocco Weaver, has played in every game. And number 23, Maine, also has played in every single Utica Junior Comets game. There's something to be said about the tenacity and longevity, the fortitude, stamina, endurance of these players. I have no idea who our starters are going to be. McAllister Watt played in net yesterday. Both he and Balf were here yesterday and are here today. So we can only assume, and would love to see, Luke Balf in net today. It's called sharing ice time. We are starting a little behind schedule. The game before us ran late. I'm not sure what happened in that game, but we were supposed to drop this puck 33 minutes ago. Boys all set on their end. They'll go to their respective benches to get instructions from their respective coaches. Starting off this first period, going from left to right, the visiting New York Saints, led by head coach Sean Osigna. And your home team, Utica Junior Comets, going from right to left, led by head coach Josh Bernard. Pucks have been cleared out of the nets. The officials checking the nets, making sure they're good to go and don't have any errant pucks in there. So thank you for joining this delayed start to this game. Thank you in advance for subscribing. All the cool kids are doing it. You should too. Subscribers get to participate in the chat. A little difficult for me to follow the chat as I'm doing this off of my phone here from rink number 2. It's the most convenient way for me to do it versus using the whole computer setup. And there's a face-off won by Braden Kane and the Saints. Sent over on the far side. Puck comes back to Bremer. Bremer dumps that puck in, goes behind the net. Chad Hall Jr. flicks this out. It's a centering pass. That wasn't intended. James Law picks this up, feeds this over to Cameron Dallin. Dallin along the side. Dallin's got freshly sharpened skates, hitting the old Law Sparks machine. And LeBeouf puts that on net. Kick save made by Blasberg. Yesterday's goaltender for the Saints, Luke Leroux, coming away with the win. Max Blasberg starts in goal for the Saints here today. LeBeouf picks that puck up. No, loses it. Kane comes away with it. Turns shot. Misses the net by about 5 feet to the right. Rebounds off the backboard to Dallin. Dallin able to feed this out to Law. Law crosses the center line. Dumps that puck in. Goes off for his change. Him and Dallin tear off for the sides as well as Campbell. Defense hold, trying to let puck up sand zone. And that one gets by Sandor. Aiden Van Wee retreats back, picks that puck up, feeds us up to Backy. Backy misplays that off the catch. taken away by Marshuka. Marshuka loses this to Backy. Back feeds this out to Sanzone. Sanzone over to Sandor. Sandor over the blue line. Drops this back. Oh, not able to get a clear drop for Sanzone. Sanzone able to feed that to Backy. Backy mis-centering pass. Van Wee wanting it, not getting it. Backy trying to hold on to that puck from everybody. It's taken away by Marshuka. Marshuka feeds this to you out in open ice. You drops this off for Juno. Max coming in. Shot. Save made. Luke Bell. Rebound comes up high. Cahill tries dumping that back in. Juno picks this up. Feeds out in front to Marshuka. And it's a goal. Juno to Marshuka. Marshuka was able to sneak in behind everybody untouched, taking that shot. New York Saints goal scored by number 14, Luke Marshuka, assisted by number 12, Max Juno. 14 from 12, Marshuka from Juno. Time of the New York Saints goal, 1:41, and they lead 1-0 here in the first period. Well, just about 2 minutes in, and that puck is iced. So the Saints out ahead early here as the Comets look to break the Sunday curse. Out of the 13 Sunday games that the Utica Junior Comets have played, they are 0-12-1. Looking for their first W on a Sunday. Hinman in the corner, trying to keep this puck away from Cahill, and does. Goes through the trapezoid. He's got Drew Main off. Passes it to where Drew was, not to where Drew is or is going. Cahill rips that puck in from the center line on net. Balf with the save. Puck picked up by LeBeouf. Feeds this over to Rocco Weaver. Rocco coming out. Feeds Tyler Main. Tyler not able to catch that, but battling to get it away from Schindelman, and does. Feeds Drew. Drew, oh, little toe drag around. Yeah, it's really difficult to do a backhand wraparound. Drew back into the corner, has Cahill all over him. Coming over is Schindelman to help out. Schindelman able to wrench that puck free. Rec tries getting it out, not able to. Comes back to Rec, and he's going to skate this out the middle of the ice on his own. Rec has you. You tries feeding it back to Rec. It bounces. You tries getting it. He's checked down by Hinman. Hinman fires this, not Hinman. Weaver fired this puck up. Dumped in by Juno. Golf stalls this in the trapezoid. LeBeouf takes it. He gets checked by you. You tries feeding this out. James Law there steals that puck. Able to knock this over to the side into the O-zone. Swings this down into the corner. Has Dallin making a move to the slot. He gives it to Dallin. Dallin's got it. Cito. Dallin tries put a shot. It's a goal! Dallin scores! And I got that one on camera! I got that one, yeah! Dallin from Law. Bounced it off the back of Blasberg to get that puck in. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 40, Cameron Dallin, assisted by number 8, James Law. Time of the Utica Junior Comets goal, 3:26 of the first period. Dallin takes that faceoff and is won by the Saints. Bremer with the puck in his own zone. Sends this off the boards into the neutral zone. Gets knocked free by Witchley. Nooch grabs his puck. Nooch still with it on the center line. Leaning, gets his by Vance, but that puck goes straight to Nickel. Nickel to Bremer. Bremer feeds this forward. Vance picks this up, trying to get a shot off. Nucci able to pick his pocket. Gets that puck to Witchley. Witchley sends this behind Law and Kane. Coming in is Nickel, sends this towards the corner. Chad Hull trying to dish this puck out. Bremer not able to hold this at the point. That came out. That's an offside. Love the face-off at this dot here. Apparently sponsored by Hale Transportation. Or not, we got a penalty. Oh, I missed the penalty. It's a roughing on Matthew Vance. So it is a New York Saints penalty, number 13, Matthew Vance. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 13, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 4:11 of the first period. And it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. Weaver with the puck. Gets this to Drew. Drew Main, top of the circle. Skates back, now feeds this into the corner for Sanzone. Sanzone misses it. Tyler comes over to grab this puck. Tyler cycling around, feeds Drew the one-timer shot, and a save made by Blasberg. Rocco takes this up, goes in, bottom of the circle, now comes up to the hash mark, feeds this to Hinman. Center point, shot goes high into the trapezoid, picked up by Caden Reck. Reck tries to clear it. Drew can't keep it. Kane moves this forward. Rocco takes this away, and we're going to have an interference on Drew Main. Well, that ends the power play for the Utica Junior Comets. And 13s from both teams are in the box now. So Utica Junior Comets penalty, number 13, Drew Main, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 13, 2 minutes interference. Time of that minor penalty, 4:46 of the first period. We've got 4-on-4 hockey for 1:20, and then it'll be a 35-second power play for the Saints. Advancing forward is Campbell. Cole forced over to the side, tries dumping that puck in. It's picked up by Thomas Cahill. Cahill can't get it out. Campbell finds it, can't pull the trigger. Reck able to knock that puck free. Sanzone there. Nah, he couldn't keep that puck. Max Juno takes this back behind his net for safety. Feeds this up to Cahill. Cahill catches this at the blue line. Passes this across for Reck. Caden back to Cahill. Cahill over the center line. Forced wide by Campbell. Goes in, loses that puck as he gets around. Oh, no look centering pass. If they only had 5 players on the ice, one would have been there. That drops next into the crease. Crease. Lost my vocabulary. Witchley cleared it, and Cahill puts that one right into the glove of Luke Bell. $11:22 remaining in this first period. 1-1 tie. 32 seconds left of a 4-on-4. And then it'll be a short power play for the Saints. Dallin and Kane. Kane wins. Puck comes back from Murtaugh. Shot goes wide. Rocco picks it up off the backboards, feeds us up to Law. Law tries giving it back. He didn't know Murtaugh was going to fall down for no reason. Kane comes into the corner trying to get that puck free from Van Wee, and does. But Dallin steps over, sends this around. Law, little touch for Rocco. Rocco to Van Wee. Van Wee gets around Kachuk. Kachuk guards that puck, though, into the corner. Able to take it away in the trapezoid. Loose puck. Van Wee going after it with Murtaugh. Van Wee with the lead. And out comes the Saints. Saints on the power play for 30 seconds now. Saints with the puck. Fed over to Marshuka. Marshuka looking. Little soft, short pass for Kane. Law sees an opportunity. Goes over on it with Kachuk. Smacks this back. Dallin gets this puck around Kane. Dallin racing with Murtaugh. Shot. Save made by Blasberg. Good try. Dallin and Law play together on the same line often. They play together on this team. They play together on their high school team for the Ontario-based Storm. They know each other's mannerisms very well and can find each other in open space. Passes like that from Law to Dallin or Dallin to Law, where they got to squeak by one defender for a shorthanded breakaway. Happens more often than you would think. How often? Well, on the penalty kill, Utica Junior Comets, 69% success rate on the PK. Because they look for opportunities. If you spend a lot of the time killing a penalty in the offensive zone, you're doing something very well. Van Allen touches that puck, sends it in. Witchley skates back to get it, tries clearing around. Van Allen stops it. Centering pass cut off by Maine, Drew Maine. Witchley looking to send that in, and again, here it is. So we're even now. Those 30 seconds went by quickly. Hull fires that, goes back behind the net. Near side, Drew coming over to play it. Witchley able to hold that puck in at the blue line. Sends this over to the far hash marks. Maine sends this in deep. Daniel Hinman going back behind the net with Thomas Cahill. Cahill smacks this out. Passes it to Tyler. Shot. Save Glassberg, rebound, comes up. Dan-Dalin can't get it. Hull sends us over to the boards. Witchley dumps it in and gets massacred from behind by Kaiser. I always thought hitting in the numbers was a no-no. Witchley turns that back and uses his two hands to drive Gasly down to the ice. I thought that was a cross-check. We're not calling either one of those. This game's going to get nasty. Drew Main, toe drag. Can't get it around Thomas Cahill. Justin Yu finds that puck. Yu to Juno, Juno to Yu. Toes that to get around Van Wee and picking that loose puck up. Chad Hull Jr. And Hinman cross the blue line together. Jr. lost that puck. Van Wee behind. Can't slap that up. Yu trying to play that back up and gets that puck out. Sandor turns and hustles after Marshuka on his tail. Sandor in the corner. Avoids a check from Marshuka. Rips this across to Van Wee. Van Wee touches that hard pass out. It's swatted out and goes to Bremer. Bremer turns it back. Sand zone to Van Wee. Lum, not sand zone. Anyway, Sandor with that has to skate around somebody's twig. I didn't realize we were having a yard sale so early in the game. Van Wee puts that across. That goes off the hand of Sandor. Picked up by Vance. Vance can't get that through. Dumped in by Van Wee. Goes off of Vance. The stick ends up being a shot on net that Glassberg saves. Glassberg tried grabbing the head of Sandor as he skated by. Matthew Vance trying to turn that puck out back and gets it in the neutral zone. Fires this across. Utica checks up on sides and does a line change. Sand zone finishes a hit on Bremer as he releases that puck to his other defenseman. Silverstein. Silverstein. That's Silverstein and Schindelman names stuck in my tongue there. There's Sand zone. Holds that puck for Backy. Backy passed out to Campbell. Shot save made. In deep, Backy loses that puck, picked up about Matthew Vance. Vance fires this all the way across, and that's going to be an icing. 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go. 1-1 tie here in the first period on rink number 2 at the Utica University Nexus Center. Home of the Utica University. What are they, the Bears or something? Utica? The Uticians. Face off won by Utica, but that does no good. They lose it. Vance to Kane. No shot, and Balf snags it out of the air for the save. Rocco Weaver giving a loving hug to the pink-headed Luke Balf. He's doing good back there. Great job by Balf catching that out of the air so King didn't have a bouncing puck to swing at. Campbell taking the face-off against Juno. Juno wins that draw. Shot from the point right into the glove of Luke Balf. Face-off. Law tried stepping up to steal it. Yu takes it away. Campbell knocks that away from Yu. Comes back. Mashuchuk in the middle. Juno not able to get that shot off. Law has it. Law looking and behind the play. We've got a penalty. Hull going in for a roughing. So Utica Junior Comets penalty number 25, Chad Hull Jr., 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 25, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 10-10 of the first period. And it's another PK opportunity for the Junior Comets. Van Wee trying to get that out. It gets held in by Matthew Vance, now picked up by Witchley. Witchley sends us behind the official. Daniel Hinman in the corner. Can't get to it. It's cut off by Caden Reck. Marshuka coming over and Cahill. Van Wee comes away with this puck, trying to drag it into the trapezoid. Cahill picks up that loose puck, sends us across, misses Matthew Vance. Puck bounces its way into the neutral zone. Coming back for Braden Kane, and he's got Slater Sandor on him. Puck passed off to Cahill. Thomas over the blue line into the Utica end. Centering pass. Vance's 1T goes wide. Braden Kane sends this back into the corner. The referee stops it. Cahill picks this up. Looking to send this around back behind Van Weeg. Grips it and rips it. Sends that out. Makes it into the neutral zone. Caden Reck held honest by Daniel Hinman. Picks his puck up. Sends it over his stick to Vance. Vance short pass to Kane. Wants it back. Kane's not going to give it to him. Instead gives it to Cahill. Cahill to Vance. Vance does not receive that puck very cleanly. Makes up for it. Oh, that puck is picked up by Rocco Weaver. Weaver, Sandor, Hinman to 3-on-2. Shot, glove save by Blasberg. Holding on to it, avoiding a rebound to any one of the guys coming down on the left side. 5:26 remaining in this period. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty against Chad Hull Jr. Tyler Main lining up for the face-off here. Face-off won by Juno. Puck goes back to Kachuk. Kachuk sends this along the boards for Schindelman. Schindelman passes across for Juno. Juno misses it, picked up by Murtaugh off the board. Now Juno from the point, brings this out to the center point, feeds this over the left side for Kachuk. Shot, save made, rebound, grabbed by Silverstein, couldn't do anything. LeBoeuf takes it away, feeds this to Tyler Main trying to get it out, and out it comes 10 seconds ago in the PK. Silverstein takes control. No, he doesn't, loses it. Yu trying to advance it forward. Blocked by Rocco. Rocco trying to squeak his way in all alone. Shot save of Blasberg. Teams return to even strength. They're both full. Kachuk up to Silverstein. Silverstein into the ozone. Shot save. Rebound. Wide left. Yu can't find the net. Shot. Kachuk. Goal. Scored from Silverstein. So that's 5 from 25. New York Saints goal scored by number 5, Maxim Kachuk, assisted by number 25, Max Silverstein. Kachuk from Silverstein, the M&M boys. Time of the New York Saints goal, 12:27 of the first period, and New York Saints lead 2-1. Witchley receives this puck at his end of the ice, passes it up for Hinman. Daniel loses it, but Drew Main right there to pick it up. Or it was a drop pass, can't really tell. Shot by Drew goes right into the breadbasket of Max Blasberg. So if everybody that's watching calls a friend and tells them to tune in to watch this game, because yesterday's had some absolutely thrilling parts. Can't say the whole game was great, but a lot of it was great. Witchley from the point, the clapper misses wide left. Drew picks us up off the backboards. But if everybody gets somebody else to dial into this game, we'll be at 25 viewers. And that would be cool. And then if they did it again, we'd be at 50. Witchley can't keep that one in. Knocks it back in. But coming up is Schindelman. Schindelman can't. Trying to do something with this puck. Hinman finds it. Gives us to Witchley. Witchley feeds us to Chad. Hull moving up, trying to avoid Ryan Van Allen. Gives this to Drew Main. Drew couldn't get this around Cahill, but Cahill couldn't get it past Hull. Come up high in the zone. Now it comes out, grabbed by Nucci. Nucci feeds this to Witchley. Witchley rips this to Hinman. Hinman at center ice. Tries to dump it in. Schindelman gets a piece of it. Goes to Reck. Reck gets this back out. And it is grabbed by Drew Main. He dumps this in. And they go off to their change. Caden Reck cycles this deep in his zone. Chris crosses with Cahill, comes out, goes wide of Nucci, brings this back into the middle, tries shooting it through 3 Utica Junior Comets. That doesn't work out too well for him. Lum moves this forward. Nucci able to get this out into the neutral zone. Matthew Vance rips this back in. Aiden Van Wee back to pick it up in the trapezoid. Sends this back up on the far side for Nucci. Touches this out for Campbell. Through the legs for Backy. Backy couldn't catch it. Matthew Vance finds a gift and fires that gift into the corner. Comes all the way out for Bremer. Bremer feeds this in deep. Missed by Silverstein. Puck on the far side. Nucci to Backy. Backy trying to make Nickel lose his positioning. Bremer comes back, able to get that puck, and the Saints clear it. Braden Kane coming in, shoots this through the legs of Lum, goes back behind the net, shot out in front, tipped by Bounce, makes it all the way to the point. Bremer can't keep it in, comes out, comes back to you. Nooch trying to keep this puck away or get it away from you, and he does. Kane there, but so is Backy. Backy feeds this to Van Wee, and it's poked out by Justin Yu. Yu on the right side going in, has Lum coming in. Yu falls down, spinning around. Braden Kane able to recover for him, sends that puck into the corner, goes back to the skates of Justin Yu. Aiden Van Wee there, and Cole Campbell able to snap that up, and it is popped around by Backy. No icing. Dennis Nickel back to pick it up for the Saints. Sanzone keeping him honest. Fires this out to Bremer. Rocco back to Sandor. Sandor at the blue line. Backhands this in deep. Goes off the official into the trapezoid. Sanzone can't get it before Nickel does. Nickel trying to clear it. Rocco holds it. Fires this into the far corner. Sanzone over there to pick it up. Sanzone has Bremer on him. Feeds this puck to Sandor. Sandor misses that pass over to Hinman. Sandor takes us into the corner. Sanzone making a break inside. Doesn't get into the right position. Weaver fires this back. Gets blocked by Juno. Almost tipped in by Juno. Sandor comes in to try to look for a rebound. He just casually skates through. And everybody from the Saints that was in reach tried pushing him away. He wasn't there to cause trouble. He was there to clean up the mess in case a mess happened. We've got 1 minute of play remaining in this first period. New York Saints lead by a score of 2-1. Nathan Schindelman taking the face-off for the Saints. Law trying to fire that forward. Puck comes out, snapped over to the side by Van Allen. Racing back for it is LaBeouf. LaBeouf into the trapezoid, backhands this up. Law doesn't get it. It pops out right to Sandor, though. Sandor trying to get around Murtaugh. Murtaugh doesn't fall for it. He's too old for this. Kachuk sends us over. Boy, I hope that puck goes into the Saints bench. I hope somebody watching picked up that Lethal Weapon reference. Oh, and look at what we've got going on here. And we're going to send Murtaugh off for it. So we've got a New York Saints penalty, number 71, Matthew Murtaugh, 2-minute minor for roughing, number 71, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 16:25. We got 34.7 seconds remaining in the period. Now on the power play, there's a different story for these Utica Junior Comets. They have a 17% success rate on the power play. Weaver from his trapezoid, 15 seconds, up to Drew Main. Drew has Tyler with him. Oh, puts us into the middle. Tyler back out to Sanzone. Sanzone not able to get it. Hinman fires that shot, deflected off of Blasberg for the save. Wichley turns, fires it, goes back behind the goal, and that's where this one's going to end. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the roughing penalty against Matthew Murtaugh for when we begin the second period. After one period of play, it is the New York Saints 2 and the Utica Junior Comets 1. What's the matter? Oh. Shout out to my sponsors. You can find them all listed down in the description of this game, of this video. Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exterior cleaning 315.com. Interior and exterior cleaning of your industrial, commercial, or residential facility. Oh boy, what is it? Top Notch, there we go, excuse me. Top Notch Roofing, CNY.com for construction and roofing in Oswego counties, all points east, west, and south. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure construction needs. If you're going to have it built in his glory, serving Jefferson counties and all points east, west, and north. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you've got to be Streamside, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. Divots Restaurant and Bar, a fine drinking and eating establishment located inside the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and let's get ready for the second period. 17 minutes up on the clock. 4 Saints on the ice, 5 Junior Comets on the ice. Got Matthew Murtaugh starting off in the box for that roughing penalty. Got a minute 25 of a power play for the Utica Junior Comets. Drew Main brings that puck into the offensive zone, looking to get something set up, and he falls down. Braden Kane smacks that puck out. It goes down the length of the ice. Daniel Hinman's got to go back and pick that puck up. There's no icing because the Saints are shorthanded. Hinman to Wichley. Wichley takes us behind his net. He's going to bring it up, and it feeds us across to Hinman for Hinman to pick this up. Hinman skates across center point, tried feeding that to Sanzone. Sanzone not able to get the tip on. Sanzone with that puck goes down. Cahill battling Tyler. Tyler Main takes that puck, feeds us out to the point for Wichley. Wichley over to Drew Main behind Drew, so he couldn't take the shot right away. Had to play with it a little bit, and that gave Blasberg plenty of time to line up and receive that puck in his belly button. 37 seconds remaining in the player advantage for Utica. They trail the Saints by a score of 2-1, but they're out shooting them barely 15 to 12 shots. Tyler Main wins that faceoff, goes to Drew, back to Wichley, feeds this over to Hinman. Hinman tries giving it right back, gets deflected. Wichley tried kicking it forward, but it gets picked up by Max Silverstein, who fires that down the length of the ice. Luke Bell stalls this for Hinman. Hinman feeds it back to Wichley. Wichley skating up behind Hull. Now they switch positions. He tries to saucer that in, and it hit off the helmet of Tyler Main. Matthew Vance able to play that and rips that all the way back. And it's silly things like that that keep the Utica Junior Comets at or below a 17% success rate on the power play. Puck comes out. Kane on the ice for the equal attacker. Gets a piece of that puck. Almost knocked the stick out of Bell's hand. Silverstein falls down as Tyler. Oh, we're going to call a tripping on that? A roughing? That was like the softest amount of roughness. It was like 600 grit roughness paper. It felt really smooth. So Utica Junior Comets penalty. Number 15, Daniel Hinman. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 15, 2 minutes, rough. Time of that minor penalty, 1:41 of the second period. And the Saints are on a power play again. They capitalized on the power play yesterday. Scored 3 power play goals yesterday, or 2 power play goals and 1 just as a power play ended. Law to Dalin. Oh, Dalin couldn't keep that with him. He was looking to feed that back to Law, but just couldn't keep up with that puck. But that is the shorthanded play I referred to earlier. Here's Marshuka, challenged by Dalin. Marshuka's got to cycle back. We've already got 35 seconds of this penalty expired. Marshuka is making me dizzy. It's like playing dizzy bat out on the ice. Now he feeds this up to Max Juno. Juno over the blue line into the O-zone. Still getting attacked by Dalin. He comes back to the point position, feeds this over for Thomas Cahill. Cahill centering pass gets blocked by Weaver. Weaver back to attack that off Marshuka. Now in the trapezoid corner. Point for Rec out to Juno in the middle. For Rec down low. Shot and a goal. And while they're good on the penalty kill, those power play goals haunt the Utica Junior Comets. New York Saints power play goal scored by number 6, Caden Reck, assisted by number 12, Max Juno. 6 from 12, Reck from Juno. Time of the New York Saints power play goal, 2:47 of the second period, and they lead 3-1 here in Utica. Reck catches that puck, trying to turn that back up. Sand zone there. Schindelberg comes over, gets that puck to Van Allen. Van Allen shot, save, Balf, rebound, swept to the side. Kaiser not able to put that back on net. Cahill kicks that in. Sandor knocks it back out. Sandor with the puck, takes this back into his zone, trying to set something up. Van Allen keeping him on. As puck misses Van Wee. Van Wee gives this back to Sandor. Sandor looking for open ice, feeds this across. Van Wee, did he get a piece of it? He did not. That's an icing with 13:31 to go in the second period. Shots are evening up. Utica with 15 shots on goal so far this game, and the Saints with 14. Max Juno sliding in to take the face-off against Drew Main. Max pulls this back for Nickel. Nickel shot fired, deflected off the stick of Tyler Main, and it broke his stick. Shot on goal, save made by Balf. That was a $300 block pass. Drew Main and Max Juno square off again. Main wins that draw, comes back. Bremer holds this in. Juno feeds this over to you. You centering pass, blocked by a diving James Law. Great job. Great piece of back checking. This comes up for Law. Law feeds this forward. Nickel takes this at the point. Law battling to keep it in. LeBoeuf trying to hold this in. Puck comes out. LeBoeuf dumps it back in. And that little kid's excited. Bremer in the corner for the Saints. Rips this along the boards. Held in by LeBoeuf and Hinman. Hinman there, trying to keep it in for Law. This pops up, drops down. Law trying to center it. Hinman shot wide right. Goes around behind. Weaver going over with you. They both miss that puck. Drew Main feeds this to Weaver. Rocco dumps this into the trapezoid. Hinman takes it back to the corner. Puts it up at the hash mark, and Justin Yu grabs it and sends it to the near side of the ice. Drew Main back to play that. He pushes Marshuka down. Hinman picks this puck up and is coming back with it. Daniel loses that puck. Justin takes it away. Rocco feeds this back in. It goes right to Andrew Bremer. Bremer puts this into the neutral zone. Dennis Nickel over to Justin Yu. Nucci coming over. Nucci can't get that out. Fired back in deep. LeBoeuf back to the trapezoid. Has that clipped away by Marshuka. LeBoeuf misses. Oh, Vance with the goal. I did not see who fed that to Matthew, so I apologize. I do not know who got the assist, but the New York Saints goal scored by number 13, Matthew Vance. Time of the Saints goal, 5:10 of the second period, and they lead Utica 4-1. Utica can still come back. I mean, they are short. 3 or 4 significant players. However, these boys are completely capable. Maxim Kachuk takes that in, and that puck is taken back by Backy, but he couldn't clear it. Held in and shot by Murtaugh. It's deflected up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the zone. $11:40 remaining in this 4-1 game at the Saints lead. Matthew Vance shot, kick saved by Balf. Kachuk at the point, sends his puck in. Witchley trying to feed it out. Backy gets this over to Sandor. Slater takes this to the left, makes his way around Vance. Sandor back in across the middle. Nobody had a free twig to put on it. Chad Hull coming in from the defensive point. Takes this around behind the net. He's looking. He's got Witchley back at the point. He fires at that, gets deflected, drops down, grabbed by Matthew Murtaugh. Murtaugh tries feeding this up. Witchley misses his check. Sand zone comes back. Kane tried stealing it, but Chad Hull steals that puck back. Cho with a nice hug. Cho? Chad Hull is a Cho, I guess. Sandor into the slot, and Tkachuk takes it away. Backhands this out for Vance. Vance misses it. Hull can't get it out. Vance chasing after that puck. Takes this into the corner. Vance looking, centering pass. Nobody there backing. Gets a piece of it. Tkachuk fires it. Kick save. Luke Bell. Murtaugh fired. Blocked by Sandor. Witchley with a punch to the face of Silverstein. Silverstein gets checked by Witchley. Kane, centering pass, blocked, and Balf is going to cover it up. And this game's starting to get chippy. 10:17 to go in the second period. 4-1 New York Saints lead. And they're now out shooting Utica 19-16. Like Witchley may have an equipment issue. His helmet's in his hand. Not normally where you wear it. Drew Main, faced off, pushed forward by Schindelman. Coming out with it, though, is Drew. Drew's got Tyler in the middle. It's a 2-on-1. Drew, shot and a goal! And it's a bottle popper for Drew Main. Number 13, unassisted. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 13, Drew Main. Unassisted. Number 13, unassisted. Time of the Utica Junior Comets' second goal, 6:52 of the second period. Now they trail by 2. It's a 4-2 game. Murtaugh hustling back. Gets buried into the boards by Van Wee. Juneau coming over, as does Hinman. Hinman knocks Juneau down. Puck is just sitting there, untouched. Van Wee and Murtaugh all tied up. I think their laces are tied together. Puck comes out. Hinman misses it. Tkachuk takes it back behind the net. Feeds this out to the corner. Tries sending it up. Drew picks his puck up at the dot. Circles around. The lefty with it. Centering pass. Doesn't make it to anybody as Tkachuk blocks it. Van Wee holds it at the center point. Now it's knocked free. Comes into the neutral zone. Rocco Weaver with it. Try passing that forward. Murtaugh steals it. Moves this up. Van Wee has it. Yu gets by. Justin Yu feeds. Shot off the side. It's loose in the crease. Swept away by Drew Main. Matthew Murtaugh off the board. Now it goes off of Tyler's leg. Tyler coming in, trying to drag that puck with him. Winds up toe drag, kick to the corner by Maxim Tkachuk. And this puck comes out into the neutral zone. Justin Yu again. Yu to Juneau. Juneau gets it around Weaver. Weaver back checks, knocks that puck, so the shot's not taken. Daniel Hinman tries feeding this up to Sandor, not able to. Tkachuk dumps it back in. Grabbed by Luke Marshuka. Now Rocco grabs this for Utica. Rocco to Hinman. Hinman coming up. He's got Sandor on the left side coming over towards him. Hinman off the boards. Moves Tkachuk's stick. Hinman in front. Shot. Deflected. Pops up. Somebody's mouth guard or something went flying in the air. I don't know. Jimmy Law gets taken out trying to shoot that puck. Bremer fires this forward for Marshuka. Marshuka stops at the top of the circle. Now he's shot. And that goes off the skate of Bell. Kane sends us back in deep for Bremer, and boy, was that an exciting 45 seconds of hockey or what? Bremer over to the side, bounces off the boards. Jimmy Law picks his puck up, feeds this out to Dalin. It's a 2-on-2. Law tried to get around Vance, shot, and that gets knocked into the air by Blasberg. It came flat out. Jimmy Law would have ripped a hard shot for sure. Here's Vance, shot, save, Bell. Vance picks up his rebound, comes over to the hash mark, centering pass for Bremer. Bremer can't get that shot off. Sends this off the boards. Centering pass by Silverstein. Save made by Balf. Loose puck. Braden Kane picks it up. He takes that shot, gets deflected, drops on the side. Witchley sends this in deep, grabs and tries to drag down Matthew Vance. Vance stays up. Feeds us to Nickel. Dennis fires that through. Tip, block, backhand, Kane, C, and Balf grabs it and covers it up like a hungry hippo. And Witchley and Kane start going at it back in the trapezoid. Chad Hull still trying to get his points across to Braden Kane. And they continue to draw at each other. And the ref is sending them both to the box. I think. Yeah, he did, but a law's going in. So we've got incidental minor penalties. New York Saints penalty number 88, Braden Kane. 2 minutes for roughing. Utica Junior Comets number 8, James Law. 2-minute minor for roughing. Time of the incidental minor penalties, 9:35 of the second period, and we're going to have 5-on-5 hockey. Backy picks his puck up, feeds this up for Sanzone. Sanzone brings this into the O-zone. Sanzone shot, kick save, rebound missed by Backy. Grabbed by Matthew Vance. Vance fires this all the way across to open ice. Rocco Weaver there. Tries snapping it forward. Backy picks it up. Passes this to Campbell. Campbell having a hard time with a spinning puck. Ends up giving it to Maxim Tkachuk. Tkachuk to Kaiser. Back out at the point for Tkachuk. Fires it. Misses the net. Sanzone's going to pick this up off the boards. Passes it across behind Campbell. Campbell able to get that, brings us into the offensive end and gets stopped. Justin Yu trying to get that out. Backy sends this off the board for himself. Shoots, and that goes off the skate of Rec behind the net. Campbell with it to the corner. Looking for somebody, gives this to Hull at the point. Hull brings this over to the middle, feeds this in. I think he's hoping Backy might redirect. Backy let that go to the corner, goes after it. Cahill, Backy, and the official. Now the official leaves. Puck comes up high. Justin Yu coming in to get it. Yu comes away with the puck. Passes in the middle for Cahill. Cahill in front of Weaver. Cahill shot. Save made. Rebound on the side. Vance fires it. Tried to get it on net. Not able to. Driscoll pops this back in for Justin Yu. Yu in the trapezoid. Wrapped up by Campbell. Cole pushing him over into the corner. Justin comes up high. Drops this off for Rec. Rec steps forward, goes to the top of the circle, tries to feed this into the corner. Weaver turns his puck back into the neutral zone. Justin Yu retreats back to get things reset with Dennis Nickel. Nickel to Rec. Rec, hard time catching it, but stays with it. Feeds this over to Juno. Juno forced back, and Drew Main almost stole that. Murtaugh dumps that in, and Chad Hull's going to have himself a minute to figure out what to do with this puck as Caden Rec comes in to challenge. Now Weaver sends this around. Stepping up is Dennis Driscoll from the hash mark. Takes this into the corner, back behind the net. Centering pass goes right to Tyler Main. Tyler Main's just got Caden Rec in front of him. He's got Drew following behind, and Tyler can't cut in front of the goal in time to get a shot off. Forced into the corner with Juno. And there's a shot on net. Save made by Max Glassberg. 4:56 remaining in the second period. The score is 4-2 in favor of the New York Saints. Drew Main facing off against Brett Kaiser. Kaiser pulls this puck back. Dennis Nickel rips this out. Witchley catches it in the neutral zone. Dumps that puck in deep. Utica checks up onside. Drew Main picks that puck up. Drew, back hit. Oh, and Daniel Hinman just misses the 1-T. Tyler passes back for Van Wee. Van Wee can't hold that puck. And Schindelman moving forward with it into the O-zone. Loses that puck. Tyler Main can't get it out. Aiden Van Wee right behind him. Passes this puck over to Hinman. Daniel over the blue line. Daniel shot. Goes off the skate of Andrew Bremer into the corner. And Hinman sends that off the post. Goes back into the corner. Sent around. Van Wee grabs it. Sends it back in deep. Tyler Main picks it up in the trapezoid. He checked off that puck by Brett Kaiser. Drew Main with it. Drew, soft touch to Rocco, fires it, goes off of Tyler. Tyler's wrapped up, and Andrew Bremer picks that puck up and ices it. No icing it. Oh, yep, icing. It is icing. The back ref was waving it off, but the forward official was already in the motion of blowing his whistle. 3:54 remaining in the second period. 4-2. The Saints in the lead. Sandor pushes that puck forward. It's picked up by Matthew Murtaugh. Tried to get cleared. Hull holds it, moves it forward. It gets tipped and goes up in the air. Sandor throws this into the neutral zone. Hull steals it, comes back in, winds up, shot, blocker save, rebound down, Dalin falls over the goalie, almost got a piece of it. Coming in was Chad Hull to remove the player that Matthew Vance that was battling behind Dalin. Law. So Weaver shot, glove save by Max Glassberg. Nice aggressive shift for the Utica Junior Comets there off of that faceoff. Now, I'm hoping the same players stay out, but Sandor's going off. Hinman's coming on. Drew and Tyler's coming on, so James and Cameron will go off. Thomas Cahill facing off against Drew Main. Cahill pulls his puck back for Rec. Rec can't clear it. Fired by Weaver. Saved by Glassberg. Weaver trying to use the crowd to his advantage. Glassberg lined right up with that shot. It goes right into his belly button. Drew and Cahill again. Drew pulls this back. Hinman shot off the face, and it's buried by Tyler Main. So 23 from 15 from 13. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 23, Tyler Main, assisted by number 15, Daniel Hinman, from number 13, Drew Main. 23 from 15 from 13, T Main from Hinman from D Main. Time of the Utica Junior Comets goal, 13:44 of the second period. And with 3:16 remaining in the second, this is a one-goal game. Saints 4, Junior Comets 3. Glassberg getting himself together, trying to find the water. Well, he's got some sort of an equipment issue. Remember that one shot went off of his face mask. We heard that. Then it ended up dropping in front of him, and Tyler Main was able to push it through the 5-hole. So Glassberg's got some issues with his helmet. Now the question is, does he wear Luke's helmet? Does he use Luke's helmet for parts and pieces? Or do you put Luke Leroux in while Glassberg figures out what's going on with his equipment? So the nice thing about these rinks here in Utica is there's no netting on the sides. The downfall is everything else. But we manage. We're still happy to have these sheets of ice. Coach Caff is talking to the official. Caff probably has the pieces that this goalie needs, but, no need to share. We'll sell it to him. If they need a screwdriver, I've got one. Rent is expensive, though. I will loan it out. So this is not going to help the facility to make up any lost time from the first game running 40 minutes late. Well, looks like Blasberg's got his helmet back together. And LaRue's going to go man the penalty box. Referee saying this is not a timeout. Stop talking. So, all right, it is Utica 3, Saints 4. 3:16 remaining in the second period. Blasberg has got his act back put together. Drew Main taking the face off against Max Juno. Juno wins the draw. Hinman steps up, wraps up some sticks. Drew tries going through. Cannot. Coming back is Justin Yu for the Saints. Centering pass, and it leaks in! Belt had it initially stuffed in by Marshuka. On that one, Witchley going back to tell Luca, we'll cover for you. It's going to be okay. New York Saints goal scored by number 14, Luke Marshuka, assisted by number 73, Justin Yu. Marshuka from Yu, 14 from 73. Time of the New York Saints' fifth goal, 13:56 of the second period. And they get their lead back up to 2 in this 5-3 game. Witchley, hard pass to Hinman. Hinman, soft pass to Maine. Maine loses this. Cahill knocks it forward. Vance sends this around Witchley and skates into him. Kane goes in to pick that puck up, and they're going to call interference or a trip. He skated into him. So Witchley's going to get called for tripping. He didn't trip. They skated into each other, but oh wow. Nothing we can do about it now. Time to turn on that penalty kill. Utica Junior Comets penalty, number 51. Andrew Witchley, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 51, 2 minutes trip. Time of the Utica Junior Comets minor penalty, 14:25 of the second period. Sanzone comes away with this puck, moving forward. He got tripped by Vance. That was a trip, but we're not going to call that one. Cahill with the puck. Over to Marshuka. Marshuka drags this through the neutral zone into the O zone. At the point, feeds this across for Cahill. Winds up shot, save made, rebound on the ice. Pushed through by Hull through the skates of Juno. Now picked up by Hull. Can't get it out. Fired across center point. Cahill trying to settle that puck down at the bottom of the circle. Centering pass. Passed out to Kane at the point. Kane fires this. Save made by Balf. Cahill feeds this over to Marshuka. Marshuka to Juno. Juno almost pulled that out. Part of that puck, though, stayed on that blue line. Marshuka, shot, save, foul, rebound, cleared by Chad Hull Jr. Juno skating down after it, coming out to play that puck is Max Blasberg. Feeds this to Juno. Juno up to Kane. Kane cuts across. Laws on the ice now. Kane in. Lines up. No. Cuts back as Hull was blocking the lane. Juno from the point. Feeds this back to Kane. Kane misses it. Goes in deep, and that gets passed out by Marshuka for Juno. Juno misses it. He's got to skate down after that puck. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Kane feeds this across to Vance. Matthew Vance into the O-zone. Vance pushed wide by Van Wee. Centering pass. Shot taken by Kachuk. Save made. Luke Balf. Marshuka in the trapezoid. Trying to feed this around. Comes out in the middle. Juno stepping up. Pass this over to Kane. Fires that shot. Blocked by Van Wee. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Cahill can't get that bouncing puck. Law all over him. Cahill recovers in the slot. Puck poked. Now it's sent over to the side. Kane chases it down in the corner. Puts this behind the net. Van Wee and Marshuka going after it. Marshuka has it. Van Wee pulls it away. Van Wee guarding it, trying to pin that up against the boards as long as he can. Witchley, released from the box, goes to the bench. Coming on is Sandor. Hull with it, off the boards. Oh, he ices the puck. Sandor hustling, and that's called the icing. 25.6 seconds remaining. Had Hull gone to the other corner, there's a chance that Sandor could have gotten to it, maybe. I don't know. It's asking a lot. 5-3, Utica trails the Saints with 25.6 seconds to go here in the second period. Slater Sandor lines up against Brett Kaiser. What comes behind Kaiser, stepping up, is Schindelman fires that. Goes off the blade of Bout's paddle. Schindelman, loses that into the corner. LaBeouf is holding tightly onto the stick of Brett Kaiser. Kaiser gets his stick free. The puck comes back for Nucci. Nucci backhands this. Murtaugh catches it from the point. Fires this. Goes off of Backy, and he can't find that puck, and that ends the period. After 2 periods of play, it is the Utica Junior Comets 3, New York Saints 5. What's that? Oh, I'm good. Thank you so much. So, again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Hit that subscribe button, and you will be cool. All the cool kids are doing it. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General, the official merchandise provider of the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. They can put anything on anything. You just ask them to do it. Whether they, put something on some piece of material, shirt, sweatshirt, cup, mug, hat, whatever that they have in stock, or that you bring in. You can get your own stuff. You can go to Hollister and buy a cool Hollister button down. Go to Two Broke Moms, ask them to put a V Dan-Dalin logo on the breast, maybe, of it, and they would be happy to do that for you. Or, put anything, whatever you want, whatever you can imagine. Can't imagine something? Talk to Jess and Jen, my Two Broke Moms. They will help you figure it out. Help us be less broke. Hashtag crazy. Two Broke Moms in Pulaski. Power Play Sports, a fully stocked CCM provider of new hockey equipment off of exit 47 or off exit 47 off of Interstate 81 in Watertown. They also have some gently used equipment in there for sale as well. They do try hockey for free programs. They've got Learn to Skate for youth and adults. Learn to play hockey for youth and adults. And on the Sunday after Christmas, they have an adult 3-on-3 tournament going on. Check them out. Sign up for the 3-on-3 tournament for Power Play Sports. Adults, you don't even have to be a good player to have fun playing hockey. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Pulaski, New York. Dupree's Cleaning Services for all of your interior and exterior cleaning needs for your residential, commercial, or industrial facility. Look them up at exteriorcleaning315.com. Top Notch Roofing, providing roofing and construction services for Oswego County and all points east, west, and south. You can find them online at topnotchroofingcny.com. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure construction needs. If you're going to have it built in His glory, providing construction services in Jefferson County and all points north, east, and west. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, a beautiful, walkable 12-hole course located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski. Very challenging course. Some narrow fairways, some interesting dog legs. No sand, though, so that's a bonus. Plenty of trees, though. Plenty of lost balls that you could find at Streamside. They have carts available, free walking carts. I think it's $10 for a riding cart, or you can walk, right? You don't have to pay any extra to walk. Check them out on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. If you want to be greenside, you have to be Streamside. Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski. Good food, great people, cold drinks. Divots Restaurant and Bar. Check out Streamside RV Park and Golf Course to find the Divots Bar and Grill menu and hours of operation. So from rink number 2, this is the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. I'll be back after this. Ice is freshly cut. And remember, make it a great day. Welcome back, hockey fans. Third and final period about to begin. We're going to start off with the Utica Junior Comets shorthanded. At the end, I had missed it originally, but number 18, Joseph LeBeouf, a 2-minute minor for elbowing. Time of that penalty, 17:00 of the second period. 5-on-4 here in the third period for Utica as they trail the New York Saints 5-3. On the ice for Utica, Tyler Main, Daniel Hinman, Aiden Van Wee, and Rocco Weaver. For the Saints, Max Juno, Luke Marshuka, Matthew Vance, Braden Payne, and Thomas Cahill. That puck picked off by Maine. Tyler going after as is Cahill. Tyler comes away with it, feeds us out in front. Daniel Hinman couldn't get that shot off, pokes that puck away, comes back into the neutral zone. Marshuka skating forward with it, has his puck lifted as he crosses the blue line. Vance feeds this over for Juno. Juno can't keep it. That's fired off the boards by Weaver. Held in by Cahill. Makes its way over to Luke Balfin. He covers that puck up for the save. 16:27 remaining. 1:27 remaining in the penalty against LeBeouf. Juno and Campbell squaring off against each other. Campbell wins, but reaching out to grab that puck, Matthew Vance feeds us back to Cahill. Shot fired by Kane, gets tipped, goes high. Cahill keeps us in, sends us all the way around to the far side. Juno allows that to go back to Braden Kane. Kane to Juno, one touch to Cahill. Shot fired, blocked in front by Weaver. Campbell picks his puck up. Campbell's got Sanzone, feeds Sanzone, knocked away by Cahill and collected by Matthew Vance. Vance gets us around Weaver, shot, save, off the glass. Sanzone tried clearing it, held in by Juno. Sanzone and Juno going after Rocco coming in to try to either hold that puck over there or clear that puck out. 50 seconds remaining in the player advantage for the Saints. Puck is gently moving along the boards. Now it comes out, pulled out by Kane. Cahill winds up, shot, save, rebound, cleared by Rocco Weaver. Played on by Max Blasberg. Gives this to Tkachuk. Tkachuk feeds this up to Vance at the blue line. Vance moves this over to the center point, fires that shot, tipped by Marshuka, but goes wide. Shot, another save. Turning and shooting there, Matthew Vance. Puck goes up to Vance. Dalin over there. He tips it. Knocks this puck into the neutral zone. Here comes Cameron hustling after Juno. Juno sends this off the boards past Dalin. Cahill there, as is Law. Marshuka comes away with the puck. 5 seconds left. Shot blocked by Hull. Hull tries getting this out for Dalin. Dalin has to turn around, plays this off the boards. Teams are even. Dalin tries to center that to Law. Can't get it in front of the net. And Max Juno picks this up on the far side. Juno trying to come out with it. Law trying to get that puck away. Tipped by Dalin. Goes to Marshuka, though. He feeds that in. It goes right to Witchley. Andrew flicks this up into the neutral zone. Drops down. Law trying to get in front of Kane. And done shot! And a goal! James Law! Braden Kane fought the Law, and the Law won! An assisted goal! James Law closes the gap to 1. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 8, James Law. Time of the Utica Junior Comets even strength goal, 2:25 of the third period. And this is a 5-4 game. This puck sent in, goes off of Rex stick deep into the Saints zone. Drew Main trying to keep him honest. Rec coming out from the trapezoid now on the far side. Tyler Main coming over to forecheck. Puck fired in. That's iced. Nope. Icing waved off. Ooh, Witchley and Pazer slide into each other. Loose puck. Witchley grabs this, drops this off in the trapezoid. Rocco picks it up, sends this over for Hull. Hull pops this across. Rec picks this up off the board. Feeds this over to Tkachuk. Tkachuk centering pass is stolen by Rocco. Rocco gets this to Hinman. Daniel shot, glove save by Blasberg. Weaver skating by the top of the crease just in case he happened to see a piece of that black puck before the whistle blew. He was going to put a twig on it for sure. 13 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this game. 27 shots on goal for Utica, 28 for the Saints. And that one extra shot went in. It's a 5-4 game. Shot save. Puck pops up. Van Wee can't settle it down. In the front, Drew shoots this wide. It's on the side of the net. Popped up on the back. Kane pulls this away in the trapezoid. Fires this off the boards. Tyler can't settle it. Silverstein going after it. And Balf plays it, and it comes back to him. He covers that puck up as Matthew Vance stands in front of him. That save is made, and we're going to have a face-off to the left side of Luke Balf. That's Luke's left, not ours. Braden Kane lining up for the face-off against Slater Sandor. And that face-off is won by the Saints. Matthew Vance brings this up, trying to send this in. Dalin steals it, feeds this off the boards for Law. Law's not going to get that in time. We got to work on Cameron's geometry. But that's that play. We've seen it go from Law to Dalin. Tried to go Dalin to Law. Oh, talking to Cameron as well, possibly letting him know about another option that he may have had. I'm sure Dalin was just looking straight for Law off that face-off. 13-19 to go in the third period, 5-4. Saints lead. This is kicked to the corner by Sandor. Aiden Van Wee clears this out. No icing. Dalin racing after. He's got Law in the middle. Dalin into the corner. Law peels off. Dalin can't keep that puck. Kachuk goes after it. He throws Law off of that puck. Marshuka comes over, tries clearing this out, and does. Van Wee couldn't hold it, trying to chase that down. Sandor there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can't see the camera too far above my head. Judo picks that puck up. Try centering it over to you. You can't play it down and smacks this out into the neutral zone. You grabs it, passes it to Kachuk. Kachuk guarding this against Sandor, feeds this out for Murtaugh. Murtaugh has Dalin on him, and Dalin checks Murtaugh into the Utica bench. That was hip on hip. Oh, Van Wee's going to go to the box for interference. I was so busy looking at Cameron, I didn't even notice what Aiden was doing. Another penalty kill for Utica. Utica Junior Comets penalty, number 10, Aiden Van Wee. 2-minute minor for interference. Number 10, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 4:22 of the third period. Reck with the puck on the power play. Fires this, blocked by Witchley. Comes back to Caden. Reck moving to the middle. Feeds this back over for Kane. Kane, shot blocked by Witchley. Goes back to Kane. Goes through the trapezoid. Far side centering pass. Blocked by Weaver. Weaver spinning around. It's in his skates. Taken away by Marshuka. Marshuka feeds this out for Kachuk. Kachuk puts us in. Tipped twice. I think it was once by Kane. Then Vance goes to the corner. Picked up by Kane. Kane. To Kachuk to Cahill. In deep. Back out. Shot fired. That's Caden Reck. Reck from the center point. Fires it again. Off the glass. Sandzone goes over on the side. Puck picked up by Weaver, and he just rips this down the length of the ice. A minute to go in the penalty against Aiden Van Wee. Cahill from his trapezoid. Campbell over there to keep him honest. Fires this up for Vance. And that's going to be an icing. Nope. He waved it off. I thought he said ice. I guess not. Reck intercepts that stretch pass to Campbell. Kane cycles us around in the neutral zone, brings this in. 34 seconds of power play remaining. That goes off the side of Hull, back behind the net. Matthew Vance tries passing it out. Sandzone in the way. Hull pushes him away. Goes to the wraparound save. Rebound. Kane. Goal. New York Saints power play goal scored by number 88, Braden Kane, assisted by number 13, Matthew Vance. Kane from Vance, 88 from 13. Time of the New York Saints power play goal, 6-0-0. And there you are, back up to a 2-goal lead. It is 6-4 Saints over Utica. I don't know what Witchley is conversating with the official about, but the conversation is over. Drew Main and Brett Kaiser facing off against each other. Puck goes back to Murtaugh. Murtaugh to Kachuk. Kachuk feeds this forward. No icing. Weaver back to play this into the trapezoid. Backhands this up. Knocked down by Tyler Main. Turned over. Dan-Dalin couldn't get that shot off. Schindelman in the corner against Rocco. Rocco sends this up high. Murtaugh swings and misses. Drew Main gets this puck ahead. Daniel Hinman chasing it down. That's going to be an icing. We'll bring this face-off all the way back down by Luke Bell. Dalin, Law, and Sandor out there on offense. Defense, Chad Hull and Aiden Van Wee. Law with the puck, feeds this to Sandor. Sandor to Dalin. Dalin over the blue line. Dalin, tried passing it behind. Law, shot. Save made by Blasberg. Rebound grabbed by Dalin. Van Wee from the point fires this into the far corner. Law's going to play it at the top of the circle. Makes the move, tries passing it to Emil Sandor, knocks it down. It's loose. Dalin, shot, and a goal! Dalin with another goal! Dalin from Sandor, from Law. Utica Junior Comets goals. His second of the day. Cameron Dalin, assisted by number 71, Slater Sandor. From number 8, James Law. 40 from 71. From 8, Dalin Sandor. Law. Time of the Utica Junior Comets' 5th goal, 6:54 of the third period. And with 10:06 to go, this is a 1-goal game again. Both centers toss. So now we've got Vance and Law. Law wins. Sandor pushes back to Hull. Hull. D pass to Van Wee. Van Wee feeds this out to Slater. Slater moves it to the right to get it around Caden Reck. Fires that shot, goes behind the goal. Dalin goes over to the corner, plays it at the hash mark. He's got Silverstein on him. Silverstein gets that puck away. Nice pass ahead of Vance. Hull comes over. And we're going to get an elbow. Saying Matthew Vance used the elbow on Hull. And Coach Osigna seems upset about that call. So New York Saints penalty, number 13, Matthew Vance, 2-minute minor for elbowing. Number 13, 2 minutes for the elbow on Chad Hull. Time of that minor penalty, 7:17 of the third period. And it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. Maine sends this over to the boards, tried to get cleared, and Rocco couldn't hold that in. That puck goes all the way down. Balf is going to pick that puck up. Braden Kane in there, so Balf sends this round to the far side. Marshuka picks this up, rips it back. Hinman's going to pick it up in the near corner. Daniel skates this puck up. He's got Luke Marshuka in front of him. Passes over to Tyler Main. Tyler crosses into the O-zone. He's got Hinman in the middle with Sanzone trailing behind. Tyler goes back behind. I couldn't see what was happening there. There's Tyler again, still with that puck. Top of the circle now. Skates over to the point, fires this over to Drew. Drew back to Weaver. Weaver fires it, save, loose puck! And that gets covered up by Blasberg. And Caden Reck there to make sure Tyler Main plays nice with Max Blasberg. 120 remaining in the power play for Utica. 9:03 in the game. 6-5 Saints with the lead. Maine, Sandor, Maine, Hinman, Weaver. And that face-off won by Juneau, and that is cleared by Matthew Murtaugh on net. Save made, Luke Bouth. Luke there, plays that puck up along the boards for Hinman or Drew. Comes back to Rocco. I like the idea, it just didn't get executed properly. Hinman, loses that puck. Rocco comes in behind, though, picks it up for him. Rocco over the blue line, dumps that puck into the trapezoid. Goes off the back of the net into the corner. Rocco pushes up to Hinman. Hinman sends this into the corner. Tkachuk coming with him. Hinman and Tkachuk get wrapped up. Hinman guarding that puck. Tkachuk able to knock it free. Tyler Maine comes over, and he's got Tkachuk wrapped up. Trying to kick that puck. Reaching in is Matthew Murtaugh. Hinman passes back for Weaver. Weaver from the point. Back to Hinman. Hinman gets us around, and Sandor couldn't get a piece of it. Chases that puck down in the corner. Loses that puck, and that is cleared by Max Juneau. 20 seconds remaining in the power play for Utica. Rocco Weaver from his trapezoid. They'll have one more play that they may be able to pull off here. Pass this over to Drew Maine. Drew not helping make the play go. Drew still with it, though. Fancy stick work by Drew. Sends this into the trapezoid. Tkachuk backhands this up. Rocco from the point. Rips this at the goal. Drew Maine looking for the tip. Misses. Max Blasberg does not. And the penalty is at 0 seconds. It must be 0 point something, but for all intents and purposes, the power play is over. So back to 5-on-5, Campbell and Kane. Kane wins that draw, pulls it back for Murtaugh. Murtaugh fires this up off the boards and ices it. .736 remaining in this one-goal game that the Saints are leading. Come on, we got 19 viewers. We can get to 25. You guys know somebody that would love to watch the end of this game. 7.5 minutes of intense hockey, maximum effort as Utica tries to finally win a Sunday game. They trail here by 1. Face-off won by Campbell. Witchley shot. Kick save Blasberg. Yu grabs it off the far board, sends this into the neutral zone. Hull grabs it. Hull lost this in. It is caught by Juneau. Juneau coming back. Dalin grabs it. Feeds Law. Law turns around. Law, Campbell in. Law shot left side of the net. Bounces off the boards, comes up, picked up by Kaiser. Kaiser feeds this out. Marshuka can't catch it. Gets turned back. Dalin knocks into the O-zone. And back into the neutral zone. Hull there. Hull moves this up. Puck goes to Nickel. Nickel feeds this across to Bremer. Bremer pops this puck out. Witchley misses it. Has to take it down in the corner. Marshuka with him. Drops his puck behind him for a Hull. Hull passes Dalin. Dalin rifles this across for Law. Law gets out, tries to get out in front of Kaiser, and he gets absolutely ripped down. No penalty. No hook, no hold. Who knew? Dalin off the board, sends his in deep, goes through the trapezoid to Law. Law out in front. Witchley bounces off the stick. Witchley to Dalin. Dalin with the shot off the left side of the net. Law tries centering, goes off the base of the board of the net. Yu clears it for icing. And we'll bring the face-off back down to Saints. Just didn't want to see any more shots on net. Great shift by Dalin, Campbell, and Law. Almost came away with it. I don't know how that penalty wasn't called when Law got wrapped up by whoever it was. I don't remember. I think maybe it was Nickel. Face-off won by Utica. Van Wheat from the four players. His hit by Kane goes nowhere. Puck grabbed by Caden Reck. Passes across to Cahill. Cahill fires this into the far corner. Tyler Maine and Schillman go over. They just check each other for fun. Reck grabs his puck, moves his forward. Rocco feeds this up to Hinman. Hinman to Tyler. Tyler loses it. Cahill turns it back to Schindlerman. Schindlerman in the neutral zone. Send this puck forward from behind the center line. That should be an icing. It's not. Weird. I guess it could be an icing. That should be. Drew Main can get puck up. 5:50 to go. Drew and Tyler cross. Drew pulls up to his legs, drops it back for Tyler. Tyler to Drew. Shot. Save made by Blasberg. Tyler all the way across for Rocco. Rocco to Van Wee. Van Wee in the slot. Nah, can't keep it. Comes out. Rocco read it like a book. Knew this was happening. Rocco fires his forward. Cahill one tries to redirect one time for Al Drew right there to catch that puck. He spins around and smacks him in the head. That's a high stick, but it's going to get touched by Vance. No whistle. Vance for Rec. Rec moves up into the no zone. Rec with a shot. Blocked by a sliding Tyler Main. Puck goes into the corner. Main checks Rec. That's shoveled forward by Hinman. Hinman comes over. Oh, murders Matthew Vance. What a check. Tyler Main passes this back to Rocco. Rocco fires this all the way across for Sandor. Sandor touches it, but can't catch it. Goes in deep. Cahill rips it around for Silverstein. Silverstein misses it, goes all the way down. Mitchley plays it. Mitchley hits Law. Law trying to feed it to Dalin. Gloves this puck down. Picks this up. Loose puck. Vance. Dalin. Law. Vance. Mitchley. Vance. Just railroads right through Wixley. Hall there, feeds it back to Wixley. He gets hit by Silverstein. Cameron Dallin picks this puck up, comes into the middle, feeds it up to Sandor. Sandor over the blue line. Sandor's got Murtaugh. Sandor has Murtaugh and Kane. Still battling with the puck. It's at Murtaugh's skate, reaching back. Matthew Vance able to clear this down, and he ices that puck. And we'll bring the face off all the way down to the Saints end. 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this rip-roaring, exciting ending to the game. 6-5. Saints with the lead. Utica wants to win on Sunday. Looking for their first Sunday victory this year. Juno facing off against Sandor. Sandor pulls it back down with it, pushes the puck off the board. Juno tries clearing it out, and that gets flipped off by you. And it looks like it hit the face of Matthew Murtaugh or maybe Maxim Chuck on the bench. Run face off into the Saints zone. Juno and Sandor, which we did! Oh, just misses. What a play. And it's iced again. I wish I had a goalie camera for that one and see what happened there. 6-5. New York Saints lead. 3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining. Drew Main coming over to take the face off. 18 tier 1. Kane trying to clear this fan wheel. Blue line fires that shot. Kick save. Drew May with the rebound. Backhand. Save by Blasberg. Drew collects it again. Gives this to Tyler. Tyler loses it. Brendan Kane ices it. And we'll come back and do it again. 3:36 to go. It's going to be a long ending to the game if this is what the Saints do to burn up the clock. We got Drew, Tyler, and Inman. Inman! Oh, what a fake shot! Had us all fooled, except Juno. All right, the other one might have been 9. This one doesn't fall over. Inman to Drew. Drew to Tyler. Tyler over the blue line against Murtaugh. Feeds it behind. Inman can't get it. Got no push forward by Weaver. Now Drew Main has it. Weaver. Shot fired. Blasberg with the save. Here comes Juno out with the puck. He dumps this into the far corner. Van Wee's going to play it into the trap where Murtaugh there. Or not Murtaugh, Marshuba. Excuse me. Van Lee to Tyler Main, and Dan-Dalin and Inman over the blue line. Van Lee off, Wixley on Hinman out in front, and he loses that puck. Sandor trying to go for it, comes back to Hinman. Hinman pass over to Wixley. Wixley shot, block, shot, Hit goes high, drops down, Hinton picks it up. Hinton is hurt by Murtaugh. Maine is battling everybody in the crease. Picking that puck up is Andrew Bremer. I didn't say his name in a while. Bremer feeds this over to Murtaugh. Murtaugh back to Bremer. Bremer loses it. Acer shot save. Puck goes back in deep. Murtaugh passes out, and Hinman catches that puck. Hinman to Law. Law trying to get this around Bremer, but couldn't. Puck goes into the corner. Hinman and Law buckets knocked up high. Van Allen has it. Allen takes it. Allen to Whipley. Whipley on goal. It's in between the legs. And it's a save. Acer going over. There was no whistle, so Law tried to poke at that puck. I don't know what that hand signal was. I'm not going to pretend to interpret it. 148 remaining in this game. One goal separates these two teams. Law, Dallin, Backey, Whitley, Hull on the ice for Utica, waiting to see when Valve might get pulled. Yard set going on. Swig returns to Utica. Looks like we belong to the Slater Sandor. Dallin making a play. He already forward for Law. Now he's forward for Backey. Cameron facing off against Braden Kane. Dallin or Kane pulls this into the corner. Gets lifted out, knocked down into the neutral zone. Whichley there. Matthew Vance was cherry picking. Puck goes to Dallin, knocked back out. Oh, there he gets by him. Law goes back to pick it up. 35. Whichley feeds this up. No, deflected away. Silverstein to Van. Shot blocked. Whichley there trying to do something. Law picks that puck up. Law save goes Dallin all the way on the far right. Law rips this in to go back behind the net. And Blacksburg calls it there so it doesn't go to Dallin. Picked up by Cahill. Cahill fires this across to Matthew Vance. Vance at the center line. Dallin and Backey picks that puck up. No, Kane has it. Dallin stops it. Dallin trying to move that puck back forward. Kane has it again. Braden Kane, soft pass to Cahill. Less than a minute to go. 55 seconds. Whichley feeds it. Hinman, Backey. Dallin's going to go off the ice. You got Tyler Main on, misses that puck. Whichley racing back after it. Justin Yu behind him. Sends it all the way around. Cahill holds it at the point. Marshuka in deep, shot fired, save made, rebound sent over to the far side, 33 seconds ago. Sent it to the corner. Whichley checks Justin Yu. Puck gets knocked across. Daniel Lane coming back to play it. Back into the neutral zone. Tyler Lane can't get through before Matsuno turns it back over. Cahill tries to it in. Hall grabs it. Less than 20 seconds. Stretch pass attempted. Goes right to Cahill. Cahill going to try to burn up as much time as he can. Feeds it to Juno. Juno to Marshuka. Marshuka gets this around Hall. 8 seconds. Shot save made. Drew Main with this puck. 3 seconds. And it's another Sunday loss for the Utica Junior Comets. Oh, so close. They outshot the New York Saints 41-34. They fall 2 games in a row. That makes their last 12 games. They are 2-10-0 in the last 12 games. 8-5 in 1-goal games as they fall 6-5 here. A difficult loss for the Utica Junior Comets, waiting for Val to come over and lead the line. They go through and they shake hands. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for any contributions that may have been made to my PayPal or my or whatever the other account is that you pay people money with. Any donations are appreciated to help me keep my equipment current and updated or help cover the excessive cell phone bill that I end up having for doing this. So thank you. If you want to see more hockey later, I'll be live at 7 p.m. for the Jefferson Community College alumni game. The alumni are coming back to play against the active roster. That should be a really fun and entertaining game. So shout out, thank you again to my sponsors, Two Bro Moms, Power Play Sports, Two Priest Cleaning Services, top-notch roofing, CNY.com, Glory Construction and Development, Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, and Divots Restaurant and Bar. From Route 2 at the Utica University Nexus Center, this game ends in a 6-5 loss as the Utica Junior Comets fall to the New York Saints. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.